So again, welcome to this very special event today. How I Came Up, DJ Khaled, brought to you by Canisius College Academic Talent Search Program. My name is Sam Hill, career change guru, and let's get to it. DJ Khaled, how are you?
How you doing? You can see me, you can hear me?
Man, I see you, I can hear you.
I just want to make sure, it's technology, you know what I'm saying, sometimes it gets you, you know what I'm saying? How y'all doing? Everybody good?
Yeah, I think we're doing good over here, man. I think we're doing good. So where you at?
I'm in Florida. With the family. We about to, take a little, it's been family time, family time's every time, every day, every second. But through this pandemic, you know what I'm saying, the blessing of that, we have more family time. So just enjoying family time, making sure my kids is great and my wife is great. At the same time, staying creative in the studio, working on a few things, working on some of my entrepreneurship for 2021 and take it to the next level. Just doing a bunch of stuff, but from home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Keeping it safe.
Yes,
Sir.
So
look, for our audience, talk about, if you don't mind, let's get to it. Let's talk about how you came up. How did DJ Khaled come up? If you could talk about your childhood, a little bit of history.
Yes, well, as a kid, I was blessed, man. First of all, shout out to God first. Thank you for letting us come up. You know what I'm saying? God is the greatest. And shout out to my mother and father. When I was born, at an early age, I just fell in love with music. I was collecting vinyl records, tapes. I would buy like tape decks and one turntable, and I would just love buying studio equipment. And I would just naturally grow into becoming a DJ as well as a producer, but really just a music man. I just love music so much. I was young with an old soul. You know what I'm saying? It was from the OJs to Bob James to James Brown to Funkadelic to Betty Wright to, you know what I'm saying, Ozzy Brothers, going into the hip hop, the Run DMC era is when I really started getting into DJing. And where I was, all my friends would come to me to make them tapes because I would have all the music and have the machines to make tapes and vinyl. So I ended up, making personal tapes and ended up just being a DJ and being the guy that everybody came to for music. And that was at a real early age. We're talking about, I fell in love with music early, but I can remember, from like 12 years old, 13, 14, it got serious. And I ended up getting a keyboard and a drum machine. So I started DJing, making beats at the same time. But I knew my goal and my dream and my vision was to be a CEO, the best DJ in the world, also one of the greatest producers, but also one of the greatest executives. I was building a brand at an early age. And, to make a long story short, it started connecting through the people. And at that time, there was no Instagram. So if somebody likes you and liked your talent and liked what you brought to the table, they would see you and they would talk great about you, and the word would pass. And they'd be like, this kid Khaled, he's amazing. And I ended up starting doing radio. I ended up doing college radio, then I ended up doing pirate radio, and then I ended up doing the big radio stations that everybody has in their city. And shout out to Uncle Luke. Uncle Luke gave me a hosting gig and a DJ gig on his show on 99 Jams, and the show was so big that it was just insane. The whole world would find a way to tune in or witness it in the city. And when he stopped doing the show, I was blessed to continue to still stay on radio because he was touring and all that. And I ended up staying on radio and end up being on radio for over 13, I think about 15 years, honestly, and having the #1 radio show. So everybody would listen to me damn near 7 days a week. You would hear my voice, you would hear me play music, and my music selection was special and the way my passion and my ambition of playing music end up being contagious. The people felt, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the way I'm a vibe guy. I work off of vibes. And through the music, I was always a hustler, meaning as in, you know, my family taught me how to be an entrepreneur, meaning as in like ownership. And if it's owning a hot dog stand to a clothing store or selling something out your trunk, clothes or t-shirts, and I was selling tapes and clothes out my trunk. You know what I'm saying? While I was doing my dream and to make it come to light. And one day, you know what I'm saying, I was making music for a bunch of artists, and I kept saying, man, like, this is fun, you know what I'm saying? And I hope to place a placement on some of these albums. But at the same time, I was like, I want to do more. I see I could bring things out of artists that they might not see or hear. And when they're working on their projects, they got their vision. So I end up saying, you know, I'm going to make my own album. You know what I'm saying? I know I don't rap, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if I want to, I can do anything I want to do. You know what I'm saying? But I was specializing in making the music, putting the music together, curating it, and putting it out. You know what I'm saying? And collaborating with great people. Teamwork make a dream work. So I started making my albums, and I ended up making records that I wanted to make. And I always loved making anthems. And my goal when I make music is I pray that I make anthems that people will hear forever. And that's the way I look at it every time I walk in the studio, is to make something timeless. And it just grew. You know what I'm saying? I made my first album. Now I'm working on my 12th album. You know what I'm saying? But I'm also the CEO of We the Best Music. You know what I'm saying? I'm also the CEO of We the Best the Brand. I'm also somebody that is into property and real estate. I'm also somebody that owns restaurants. I'm also a father. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, I do a lot, and I'm going to do a lot more. And I did it my way, and I didn't give up because, you know, I'm sure everybody that's watching, you know, we all kind of know what we want to do, and we all want to take it to the next level. But what people don't realize is that, well, some people might realize that in life there's always something, and there's always going to be something. If it's a roadblock, or if it's a door open, or if it's a door closed, or if the sun is shining, it's always something. And you have to prepare for it all. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever comes your way, you have to prepare for it and overcome no matter what. Yeah, and you can't, we're human. We should never complain, because what I learned is that can set you back, that energy of complaining, when you can find a solution to what you're trying to do in life. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason I'm bringing all that up, because that's part of how I started. Because at an early age, everybody kept telling me, no, you cannot get on the radio. No, you cannot make this record. No, you cannot be this guy. No, you can. They actually held my shoulder and looked in my eyes and told me no so many times. And all I did was take that energy and made it to yes in a positive way, and kept going.
Yeah, but if you don't mind, you know, and that's amazing. Talk about the grind. Talk about they. I had the pleasure of, which is crazy to me, I bought your book in March. Didn't even know this was going to happen. So love for you to just really start teaching on the keys and letting these high school students know what it takes for you to actually get to that vision, and what you was after at a young age.
Yeah, you know, the book, The Keys, man, was a special time in my life, and it's something I'm very proud of. And thank you for getting that. And what I learned about the keys is they never run out. The keys never run out, no matter what. And each key leads to the next key. And once you know that, you're gonna be great. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be great because you know there's another key. If that door's closed, there's another key, and there's another key. So basically, there's a solution. And that's what I did in my life and my career. And to this day, I always look forward, and I just know there is day out there. There's day that might not believe in you. There's day that might try to close the door on you. There's so many different type of days, but what we're going to do is stay away from them, and we're going to protect our energy, and we're going to stay focused on the vision. A lot of people have a vision, but a lot of people don't execute the vision. You know what I'm saying? And I'm somebody that I'm going to make sure I execute the vision. So if I come up with an idea today, I'm already on it, and letting the team know and myself know we got to bring this to life. You know what I'm saying? It might be something outrageous, and I still going to say, yo, we got to figure this out. And I'm telling you, it works. You speak it into existence and you get it done. And it's and the key is you got to, you know, when you come up, have a great team around you, because teamwork make the dream work, period.
Yes,
you know,
sir. Yes, sir.
teamwork, the right team is the family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. One of the things that I pulled out of the book, you talked about, don't chase the money. Let the money chase you. Yeah.
Right.
So speak on that one.
Well, at an early age, I was chasing the money because we all want to get money. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? We didn't make these rules up. It costs money to have a nice house. It costs money to have AC. It costs money to buy groceries. It costs money to put clothes on. So we're always going to want the bag. And at an early age, I was chasing it. But at a point in my life, I learned to focus on what I love to do and make that great and do everything as much as possible to make it great, that money will chase you. So if it's opening up a business, or if it's putting out a song, or if it's putting out a business, make sure the customer service is incredible. You know, it's so many keys where that you're doing such a great job that your business is going to boom because of you being you. And I think that's the key for me. It is me being myself. You know, when you talk to Khaled or you listen to Khaled, or you know, that's Khaled. Khaled is not, I'm inspired by many others. I'm inspired to a lot of people in this game. But Khaled is Khaled. You know what I'm saying? And just know, you know, God bless us that we're all genius, and we're blessed, and we're all beautiful from birth. You know what I'm saying? So it's the energy, you know what I'm saying? And that energy is gonna come back. The more blessings you give, the more blessings you get back. And that's what happened to me in my life. I worked so hard to get where I'm at now. And it took me so many years, 20 plus years or more. And some people it happens overnight, some people it doesn't. But when it happens, the blessings come upon, it just keep coming and keep coming. And that's what I mean by not chasing it. It's gonna start coming to you like wow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then when it does come to you, you have to be great, but you have to be grateful. And like right now, you know, me and my family, we have a charity, we have a foundation called We the Best Foundation. And my whole life, I've always gave and gave, no matter what, if it was a donation or a hug or a smile or a helping hand. But the more blessings I got, the more successful I got, the more we do. And, you know, especially the holiday time and the end of the year, but year around, we focus as one of our number one priorities is We the Best Foundation is to do it for the people, help the youth, help the kids, help the families. And that's why I was so excited to get on here, because my brother Greg Street hit me up. And you know, I love this is how we can make the world better. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
So that's why it was important for me to do this.
Yeah, we appreciate you for jumping on here today, no doubt. And so, talk about, if you don't mind, relationships. Within your book, it's baked in with relationships and how you had relationships going all the way back before people really knew your name today. You also had some other names out there. So talk about how important it is and how they're even still in your inner circle now today.
Well, relationships is so important. It's a lot to do with my success and my blessings. Is, you you know, God is, he get all the glory. But I'm saying, as far as the team is the relationships, in so many ways it's so important because you know, first of all, it's the right thing to do is have great relationships. So you know that out the gate. The right thing to do is love all times. You know what I'm saying? And you pray for the love back. You know what I mean? But what I learned through this game and this business and this world, you know, you never know what the next man, next king or queen is gonna be then or later, because you might need their help or they might open a door you never knew that was gonna open. You know what I'm saying? And as far as artists, a lot of these artists that you see me work with are people that I've known before they started or right when they started, and we hustle together to get where we at. And then some I met through the journey. And to be able to make music like with Lil Wayne or Rick Ross or I can name 100 million of them, Jay-Z, you know, Kanye, Drake, you know what I'm saying? To know them early in their career or before their career started, to be able to still make music with them is so much a blessing, because when you work with Khaled, you know I'm coming from a good place. And the mission is to win more, make something great for the people to love. You know what I'm saying? And the relationships are so important because even when something ain't right, a relationship can make it right.
Right. Now I read so much in the book, and if you guys out there have not seen read the book, go ahead and get it. Amazing. If you don't mind, talk about the struggles, some of the hurdles that you had to overcome, you know, while you were in Florida, whether it was going to Orlando to Miami, or I think Miami to New Orleans, and having to sleep in the studio, and you like, and tell the people why you like pillows today instead, you know, because you had to go through so much. And we need to make sure that our young people out there understand this thing doesn't happen overnight. There's a grind, there's a hustle.
No, it don't happen overnight, and know that. And know that in your head, because so you'll understand your journey while you're working, climbing that mountain. Just know that mountaintop, it as soon as you get to a certain height and level, it goes even higher. So early in my career, you know what I'm saying, I Miami's my home. Florida, I'm a Florida boy. I was born in New Orleans, but I was raised in Florida. And when I moved out my family's house, my mom and dad's house, they had to go back to New Orleans, and I ended up staying in Florida because I wanted to continue the journey of my music career and me as an entrepreneur. It was here in Florida. And so that means I had to man up at an early age. I had to man up around 16 years old, like really man up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, go out there and get my own place and this and that and that. And you know, make a long story short, I went through apartments with no furniture to getting evicted every month. Sometimes even before the first bill came in, they would kick me out because my music was so loud, and all I cared about was my vinyl, my turntables, and my studio equipment. To not be able to afford it, to making $100 a week, to staying loyal to one of my best friends to this day, a promoter that, you know, when his business went down, I was like, you know, I'm not going to work with nobody else until you come back up, you know, early at the age. And I did that because our connection was beautiful. And what happened was, like, I used to make money at his club every week, but his club got shut down for like a year. So I just shut down for like a year. Every promoter wanted to work with me because I was on fire. But I just, for some reason, something told me, you know, let me help my brother get back on his feet and make my presence where you had to see me over here. You know what I'm saying? And of course, he gave me my blessings to do other spots. But at that time, I felt like it was the right thing to do. And I'm so happy about it because it taught me something about life. Is because, you know, when your brothers and sisters fall, you know what I'm saying, we want to help him get up.
Yeah.
And he helped me get up, and I helped him get up. And that love and that loyalty just is priceless. And I look at him and I look at where I'm at right now. We both have families and we're just doing everything we want to do. You know what I'm saying? If we don't talk to each other for a month, we know how much we love each other just because we've seen real struggle. You know what I'm saying? And it's nothing like overcoming the struggle, because it's the best feeling in the world to overcome, to weather the storm. You know what I'm saying? And it's just important to stay positive. And I keep telling people, let's not complain, because I promise you, it's just an energy that will set you back. And I understand we're human, but while we have that itch of frustration, let's turn that itch to motivation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I hear you, man, and that's that growth and loyalty that you talk about so much. So definitely hear you. Now, one of the things that I hear in your videos and that you say a lot is bless up. Talk about faith. How important is faith in your life and also with your family?
Well, God is the greatest, and family's everything. And the reason why I say bless up all the time, for a lot of reasons. If I come on the screen or answer my phone, I start off, or a text, I'm gonna say bless up. So immediately, I'm coming with love, and I'm hoping that you come back with love. So even if I don't know you, yo, bless up. I'm showing you love. I'm hoping the return is love. So out the gate, I'm trying to avoid anything. Only thing I want to accept is the love, because that's what I'm about. You know what I'm saying? Also, I've been raised musically, and a lot of great friends of mine are Rasta or Jamaican. And in the reggae music, they use the word bless up and blessings a lot too. And that's some music that I grew up on. I love conscious music. I love certain albums that help me through life, and music with powerful words that I can feel. You know what I'm saying? So if I listen to Bob Marley, the Buju Banton, the Sizzler, or the Garnet Silk, you know what I'm saying? The list goes on when it comes down to reggae dancehall for me. And their approaches with love, and that's how I feel like everybody's approach should be. Bless up.
Yeah, love it. Got you. And so the questions are coming in fast and furious. And so let's hear, I'm going to try to ask some of the questions that are coming in. One of the questions are about image. How important is image?
Image, it's like this. You represent yourself. How do you want to represent yourself? You know what I'm saying? Think about it. I'm a father. You know what I'm saying? I'm a father. So I look at things so much even more different than I looked at things before I was a father. And image, I'm going to want myself and my son to look the best and represent the best and walk the best, breathe the best, everything the best, because you're representing you. So you should answer that question, how important your image is, because first of all, we're born beautiful, and we have to just show our presence that is beautiful, our energy, our vibe. To me, is image. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I take when I use the word image. Like, what's the energy? You know what I'm saying? If you notice me, I like colorful. I like flowers. I like the sun. If you look at like my last album cover, or or just certain things I do, it's the light. And
Yeah.
I look at image should be the light. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Another great question coming in. What are the new keys, the new life lessons since COVID and being a parent?
The key is that well, for me, with my family time is like, Daddy, his schedule is busy, but with the pandemic, I got a chance to work home every day. And when things open back up, I'm going to feel a little weird leaving my son for 1 minute because I'm with him 24 hours a day now.
Yeah.
And it's the most beautifulest thing in the world. It's the purest love. And the key is what I want to give. The key is that this pure love with our families is priceless. Now, what I learned about the pandemic, anything can be shut down. And the world got shut down. Now, how are we going to go through these hard times and these dark times? We got to be the light. And what I learned through my music and through what we're doing today is that I'm going to be the light, because I'm not going to be stuck. I'm not going to let nobody pull me down, no matter what. I'm going to make sure that the light is light at all times. So that's why I stay safe, masked up, follow the rules and regulations, but at the same time, it's common sense. You got to use your common sense through these hard times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Love it. And I got another good one from Brandon Scott. With your amazing skills in creating hits that last a lifetime, what is your dream record that you haven't done yet?
What's the last part? What's the question?
What's the dream record you have not done yet?
Shoo. Man, I've been blessed to make a lot of records that I wanted to pull off, but I would love to pull off a Jay-Z, Drake, Nas, Kanye, and Andre 3000.
Ooh.
Ross and Lil Wayne and Beyonce, Eminem, Kendrick, J. Cole, and Lil Baby, all on one record.
Oh man, the only way I could follow that up, just to make you work a little bit harder, what's your top 5?
My top 5, I wish they changed the rule up to top 10, because I have so many that I love. But I just tell you off the top of my head, I know that is some of my favorites would be obviously Biggie, Jay-Z, Tupac, Nas, and Drake. But then I love Scarface, and then I love Ross, and then I love, it's a lot more I love, like, you know what I'm saying? But that's like my strong top 5.
Yeah, that's a real strong top 5. Okay. Now the questions are coming in around what advice would you give someone that is trying to break into the entertainment field?
What I said earlier, don't give up, keep going hard, do what you love. When you love something, you never get tired of doing it. But when it doesn't go your way, you can't fall for the trap of complaining, because you set yourself back. If you take that energy of that frustration to put back into what you love, I promise you in time, you know what I'm saying, with hard work, you know what I'm saying, it will come to light.
Yeah.
And you learn through the process, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Now, what advice would you give your younger self?
My advice,
with everything you know now.
I love my journey. But what I would tell my younger self and tell the younger world, don't let temptation get you. Meaning as in, discipline yourself enough to know to stay on that path forward. so you don't have to make a left turn to get back on the straight road or make a right turn to get back on the straight road. Like, basically what I'm saying is, like, you don't have to, well, me, I never had this problem, but, you know, and that's why I'm here where I'm at. You could never tell me to do something I didn't want to do.
Yeah.
So I never had if somebody tried to make me do something wrong, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling my younger self, I'm thanking my family and God while I'm saying this, but if I ever did, I knew I snapped out of it real quick. You see what I'm saying? Like, so that's what I would tell all our younger selves. Stay focused on moving forward and don't let certain temptations get you to fall off your path. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because it can easily happen. It could easily happen.
Yeah.
So what about, so when you think about that, you know, for me, I've always had, like you said, a circle of people around me that always keep me on the straight and narrow. For you, name up, if you don't mind, some of your mentors and some of those sage advice that they've given you over the years.
I mean, Fat Joe's one of my mentors, Puff Daddy, Jay-Z, my mother and father, Buttafuoco, great friend of mine, a lot of other great friends of mine. But like people I'm some mentor by and look up to, inspired. I love Quincy Jones. You know, I love what Barry Gordy did. You know what I'm saying? That I watch and be a student. You know what I'm saying? But you know, God is he the one. You know what I'm saying? And that's who I talk to every second of the day. He the one. You know what I'm saying? He the greatest.
Yeah. What about God is good? Because trust me, I just started doing interviews. I'm not sure how I got here to you, brother.
Yeah, listen,
But he
God
is
is
good.
great. Let me tell you, he's good. He's good, great, incredible, amazing. The words that go with him is like unbelievable. I love him.
Yes, sir. Now, what projects are you working on? What's next?
So I'm working on a new album. It's called Khaled. That's my real name. My first and last name is the same. Taking my time. I dropped a record called Pop Star in Greece. It exploded. Thank you to all the fans out there. But the album gonna come 2021. And I'm also working on, just opening up more restaurants. Working on I have some new products that's coming out. I don't want to say exactly the product names and what they are yet, because I want to give y'all the right presentation. I have a lot of new products that's coming out in 2021. I've also been, continue investing in property. I think that's so important. I've always had a rule that I do, like anytime that, say business is good or doing something good, immediately I would invest like in a property or something, you know what I'm saying, that I can enjoy, and then have so many that eventually, the property goes up one day and you might make double or triple of what you put into it. You know what I'm saying? And you'd be surprised. You see what I'm saying? So, I always believe if you made $100, you know what I'm saying, take 20 to $30 for yourself to enjoy and do it big, and put the rest into something else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't putting into something else, stack it so you can get to that something else you want to invest in.
Right. Got to pay yourself. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you got to do that, but you got to also just have a system, man. Like it ain't rocket science. Some people, I feel like they don't teach you about, I feel like a lot of people don't teach people about getting money. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's important because, again, I said this earlier, it costs money for this white t-shirt. I got to wear a t-shirt. I got to put a jacket on. It costs money to eat. Like, I can't make this up. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel like it's important that we teach our youth, how to get money the right way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The legal way, the positive way. And trust me, once you get your mind to it doing it, you're gonna be great at it.
Definitely, definitely. So talk about family. Talk about your sons. Talk about, what are the do you want them to follow your footsteps, or how are you gonna guide them through this new world?
Well, family's everything. God is great. My kids, whatever they want to do, mommy and daddy supporting them 100%. They don't have to make music. They don't have to do nothing. But one thing I can tell you, that everything I do is for my kids. Every single thing. Me talking to you today is for my kids. That's why I'm gonna make sure I'm great. Me working every day is for my kids. So everything's for my kids. That's what it's about over here. Now, as far as what they want to do when they grow up, mommy and daddy are going to support them 100%. But I promise you this, I got them.
Gotcha. And that's what it's all about, and taking care of these the upcoming generation, and making sure that we got to guide them, right? Because you don't
For
want to
sure.
off.
You got to guide them, and I teach my kids every day what hard work is. They're young.
Yeah.
My son is 4 years old, and one is like 10 months. But they see daddy work every day. They know when daddy's working, they know I'm working. But I tell them what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, to show them. And Assad's already getting involved, and my son's executive producer of already 2 albums. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I
That's
mean?
crazy.
Like, yeah, he got all my awards is his awards.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and his name on it. Like, it's in stone. It's written. It's in scriptures. It's for my kids.
Yeah, and that seemed like there's a lot of happiness and joy there just by you talking about it. I mean, you could see it in your face. And so, if you don't mind, describe your garden, your musical garden.
Yeah, I got, I love landscaping. I got speakers coming out my bushes, and I play certain music, and it just makes the trees and the flowers grow. And it's just, besides taking care of them, watering them, I think, I don't know if it was in my book or maybe one of my snaps one day, I remember my grass being brown. You know what I'm saying? I started playing music and I started watering and it turned green. Like, when you take care of something, the results usually is the light, the love. You know what I mean? Like health, you take care of yourself. You know what I mean? If you take care of your skin, if you watch what you eat, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you take care of yourself. My musical garden, I have a soundtrack for it, certain type of records that's only allowed to play in that garden,
Wow. Okay. Oh, that's great. Is there, outside of entertainment, is there anything else you want to do? Any other endeavors?
Well, I'm blessed, man. I was having a conversation the other day with my team. I was saying how truly blessed that I am and my brand is, because, we're more than, we do everything. I've been doing movies. You know what I'm saying? I was in Bad Boys 3. They just won an award for the movie for being the best movie of 2020. I've been on TV shows. I'm doing commercials. I'm doing a lot of ownership. So I'm doing like everything I want to do, and while I'm doing it, I'm doing stuff that I haven't done. So you're gonna see me do a lot more film. You're gonna see me a lot more doing on TV. You're gonna see you're gonna hear about great partnerships that I'm doing. You're gonna hear about products that I'm owning. You're gonna hear about a lot of new stuff to add to what I'm already doing.
Okay. So you've dropped, it's already been almost 45 minutes and time is flying. You've already dropped a lot of knowledge. But if you were to kind of boil it down, what is that number one key? What's that one thing that can kind of just goes across all lines?
God is the greatest.
Ooh, there it is.
That's the master key. When you know
Wow.
that, you're great.
Oh, man. So let's see. The questions are coming in. I mean, fast and furious. So one of the questions that are in there just around how do you manage your time? Everybody knows you're so busy.
You know, one thing I learned, family time is all the time. So everything outside of that, you know, that's why it goes back to having a great team. Because like today, I'm doing a podcast. Me and Puff Daddy gonna do a podcast as soon as I hang today. You know, then I got studio tonight. You know, I just try to, you know, do everything I can do in 24 hours, but at the same time as I put my team in place and my team makes sure that we protect everything that I'm doing just in case we go overtime or running late or we might be ahead of schedule. You know, everybody's focus in sync of making sure that we respect the time.
Gotcha. Boy, oh boy. I can't even keep track of all the questions that are coming in. This is great. What's something that you could share that most people don't know about you?
I feel like people know that Khaled come with love no matter what, and everybody know I'm about love and positivity. But I want everybody to really know that's all I want, and that's all I'm going to do is put out love, embrace the love, and make sure everything's positive. And the reason why I say that is because it goes back to me being a father again. That's the only energy I want around me and my kids and my wife and my friends and my team. Now, I'm also a person that's very confident. So you have to be confident to be great. But then at the same time is you got to be grateful. So you got to learn how to be confident, great, and still let everybody know it's love.
So where are you now? So you said you're in Florida. Is that you in the studio? Is that the house? Where are you at?
Right now we at the house, and then I'm doing a pod today. I got this pod on Amazon. It's called The First One, where we only talk about music, greatness, motivation, inspiration, and love with icons. So, you know, we talk about what made them their first hit to where they at now. And today, I'm blessed to talk to my brother Puff Daddy. It's on Amazon. You gotta check it out.
Okay. So where did you first meet Puff Daddy? I know there's got to be a story there.
Man, I've known Puff since I was I'm probably at a radio station because probably interviewing him at a radio or breaking one of his records. But I used to do street team for him for Bad Boy Records when Biggie and Craig Mack I don't know if he knew me, but I used to do street team for his company. Passing out flyers, you know, also breaking his records. And then in time when I had my radio show, I met him, and I also met him through Fat Joe as well. I met him so many times through radio, through a friend of mine, Joe, or just him knowing me, being somebody's respected in the game, and we connected, and we're like, you know, I consider him one of my real good friends. You know what I'm saying? He's, you know, somebody that I would go on vacation with, somebody that I love his kids. He loved my kids, you know, his family. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's the icon, but he's also like family to me.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. What can you talk to us how All I Do Is Win, how that record actually was created in that story?
Well, All I Do Is Win was the last record off that album that I put out at that time, and I was trying to get with T-Pain. Me and T-Pain made great music together, and T-Pain I was in the studio beside my studio, and he was always working. And I finally got in where I was like, yo, we gotta get this record done. And make a long story short, you know, me and him, the way we make music is off our conversations. And I was just talking my Khaled talk, we gotta win. You know what I'm saying? This, that, and that, and that, and that. And he ended up turning that into a hook. You know what I'm saying? And he's such a genius. And then it was the hook was just phenom. It was phenomenal. And then I went to Ross's house, got him to do his verse. He did that like in 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Left his house because it was the last song on my album. I had to turn it in. And I hit Ludacris. I'm like, Ludacris, I got the one. I got the one. I need that fast flow. And God, it's great. And I sent it to him. He sent it back right away. That's why I knew this record was on fire, because everybody I walked in with it got done immediately. Then I sent it to Snoop, which I've always wanted to work with Snoop. You know, that's Snoop Dogg, one of the biggest in the world. And I always said if I ever got an opportunity to work with Snoop, I want to make sure it's one of those records that will play forever, because I listen to his records forever. So I sent it to him. He sent it back right away too, quick. And it wasn't even about following up. People were sending their verses back right away. And I put that record out, and now it's the national anthem forever.
Yes,
for every winner in the world. You could be in a different part of the world. If somebody's winning, they playing that record. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about any other record, but they playing that record. If somebody winning, you better believe that's coming on. Hands go up. And they say that, you know what I'm saying? Like,